it actually took a very tough beating to get me out of the sport.
By Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he beat the hell out of me. Manny Pacquiao would be right in front of me. He would, after hitting me 15 times, and then I would be ready to hit him, and he would be wide open, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
Oscar does comeback. He's coming back. Yeah, 46. Thank you. The WBC title at 147.
Thank you. I wish him all the best.
Cuadra, I love him. Can he do it? Cuadra?
Can he do it? Absolutely.
That's a Mexican round. Oscar needs.
He's a legend, you know.
So nice one. Thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but I think he can do it.
He hasn't fought in nearly 4 years, his last bout ending in a loss, yet now Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring, not for an exhibition, but for a world title fight. On paper, his return makes little sense, especially facing Mario. Barrios, the reigning WBC welterweight champion who is 13 years younger and at the peak of his career. Most fighters would avoid this matchup, and most retired legends wouldn't even consider it, but Pacquiao isn't most fighters. He built his legacy by defying every expectation, storming through late rounds with a speed and unpredictability no one saw coming. When Oscar de la Hoya warned Barrios to think twice, it wasn't trash talk. It was a serious caution from someone who knows what it means to face Pacquiao at his best. The announcement of Pacquiao's return in 2025 shocked the boxing world. He hadn't fought since 2021, was deep into politics, and many assumed his career was over. But on July 19th in Las Vegas, with no warm-up fights or exhibitions, Pacquiao is leaping straight into the fire against a prime champion. Over those nearly 4 years, boxing moved on. New champions emerged, belts changed hands, and the sport forgot the chaos and speed Pacquiao brought. He disappeared from the spotlight, focusing on family and public service, letting silence mask his preparations. Yet behind the quiet, he was watching, training quietly, never needing cameras or hype to sharpen his craft. His hands remain fast, his eyes sharp, and the rhythm of his movement still bends expectations. Brief clips have surfaced here and there, just seconds of Pacquiao alone in the gym, reminding fans that maybe, just maybe, the storm is far from over. 15 seconds of Pacquiao alone in the gym, locked in like he never left, sparked a question fans barely dared to ask: what if he's not done? Whispers grew into rumors, then confirmation. He was ready to fight again. But this isn't about nostalgia. It's a final statement. Pacquiao already holds more accolades than any active fighter. 8 division titles, fighter of the decade, a Hall of Fame career secured long before he last fought, and yet he's risking it all once more. Because legacy never rests, and one win against a reigning champion could rewrite everything we think we know about age, decline, and greatness in combat sports. The risk is real. Time doesn't spare anyone. He'll enter that ring slower, maybe less durable, certainly with less momentum, but if history has shown us anything, it's that Pacquiao thrives when counted out. He's not returning to prove anything to fans. This is an unfinished chapter he's ready to write one more time under the bright lights of Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao isn't just a legend, he's boxing mythology brought to life. 62 wins, 8 weight divisions, 26 knockouts. He wasn't supposed to dominate featherweights, let alone welterweights, but time and again he broke logic, carving up legends with footwork so fast it looked like CGI. Still, this isn't 2010. This is 2025. When he last fought in 2021, he didn't look washed, but he didn't look like Pacquiao either. His younger, fresher opponent was sharper, and that was enough. Pacquiao took the loss with grace, but it was clear his timing dulled, his reflexes slowed. Now, 4 years later, can that same fighter come back stronger? Even the greatest, Ali, Leonard Roy Jones, couldn't beat the clock. Greatness only delays it. Pacquiao's speed once made him untouchable, a blur too fast to track. But now the question remains, can that storm rise again? Now the question isn't about what Pacquiao was, but whether his speed still matters when his legs don't move like they used to. It's not just physical, it's the rhythm, the instincts, the timing that only endless repetition can keep sharp. Ring rust isn't about cardio, it's about milliseconds, the difference between landing clean or getting caught. 4 years. Out of the ring doesn't just dull reflexes, it rewires how you move and react. Against someone like Mario Barrios, who's younger, sharper, and locked in rhythm, that's no warm-up, that's a risk zone. But this is where the story could flip. Pacquiao never relied on youth or brute strength. He wins with movement. Angles, pressure, and chaos disguised as rhythm. He doesn't slug it out. He drowns you in volume, bursts, and feints you never saw coming. If that instinct, that sixth sense for timing and space is still there, then even at 46, he might be too much for Barrios, who's never faced anyone this unpredictable. Pacquiao doesn't have to be who he was. He just needs to be sharp, smart, and relentless enough to make Barrios question himself for even one round. And in fights like these, one round is all it takes. Barrios isn't a placeholder. He's the reigning WBC welterweight champion with 29 wins, just 2 losses, and the discipline that makes him one of the division's most focused athletes. At 30, he's entering his prime. Tall, rangy, with a stiff jab and a gas tank built for deep waters. Not flashy, but efficient, he breaks opponents down round by round, suffocating them with steady pressure, smart footwork, and calculated aggression. Since moving up to welterweight, he's sharper, more composed, and far more patient. The wild, sometimes reckless puncher of his super lightweight days has evolved into a methodical tactician. Right now, he's fighting like a man who knows exactly where he is and where he wants to go. But this challenge is unlike anything Barrios has faced before. He's not fighting a textbook welterweight, he's fighting controlled chaos. Pacquiao doesn't move like anyone else. 1 second he's in front of you, the next he's circling your blind side, unloading a 5-punch flurry from an angle you never saw coming. This fight is dangerous because Barrios has never faced pressure, timing, or unpredictability like Pacquiao's, especially from a fighter with nothing left to prove but everything to take. Barrios knows the stakes. He calls it an honor, but he's not there to pay tribute. He's there to win. Beating Pacquiao means more than keeping his belt. It means stepping into boxing's bigger conversation and becoming a star. Barrios has youth, power, and momentum, but all that only matters if he survives what's coming. Few understand that. Fire better than Oscar de la Hoya, who in 2008 was dismantled by Pacquiao. When de la Hoya warns Barrios, it's experience speaking, about underestimating a fearless fighter with nothing to lose. Veterans, analysts, and trainers agree. This fight looks winnable for Barrios, but feels like a trap. Pacquiao trains like a contender, not a man nearing 50 entering the ring as a predator. If his legs hold up 6 or 7 rounds, Barrios might face a storm he's never seen. Psychologically, all eyes are on Pacquiao. The crowd, media, and arena energy will lean his way, adding pressure Barrios can't spar away. Even his camp prepares for war, not a farewell tour, knowing that if Pacquiao shows up at 70% of his best, this won't be routine, it'll be survival. Legends with nothing to lose often flip the script in unexpected ways. Inside Pacquiao's camp, the focus is on precision over pace, control over chaos. Trainer Buboy Fernandez says they're not here for a payday, but to win. They've studied Barrios' rhythm and patterns, planning to disrupt his tempo, force resets, and attack with sharp combinations. Pacquiao trains with younger, taller partners mimicking Barrios' style, not to relive the past, but to prepare for the present. He focuses on timing, conditioning, and shot selection, knowing he won't win every round, but only needs the right punches at the right moments. Fernandez directly challenges doubters, saying, "They think Manny is done. They're wrong. We're doing this for history." That reveals the fight they expect. Not perfection, but one clean win. When news broke of Pacquiao's return, fans were ecstatic, critics worried, and the reaction split fast. This divide between belief and doubt makes the fight magnetic. Rare for a comeback with no trash talk or drama, just a pure, dangerous fight between a legend chasing one last crown and a champion claiming his era. Hardcore fans and casual viewers alike are circling July 19th because whether Pacquiao wins or gets dropped early, they'll be watching. That's Pacquiao's power, bringing hope, nostalgia, and danger all at once. Barrios knows the crowd won't be neutral. He's fighting a moment, not just a man. If Pacquiao wins, it's not just a comeback. It's a shockwave, making him the oldest WBC welterweight champion at 46, in a division built to destroy youth. Comebacks happen, but rarely for world titles, and never like this. Pacquiao isn't chasing nostalgia, he's chasing a belt, and if he wins, the welterweight landscape shifts. Rankings get messy, contenders demand shots, and a full campaign would follow, sparking talk of unfinished business, rematches, even Mayweather 2. It's not just belts or sales. It's a message to every fighter over 35 told they're done. Skill, experience, and heart still rewrite the story. Pacquiao's legacy is already Hall of Fame, but a win here reshapes what we think is possible, boxing's ultimate age-defying moment. But the risk is real. On paper, Barrios has youth, height, momentum, and the belt, but paper doesn't fight. Pressure does, and Barrios is about to feel it harder than ever. He's defending not just a title, but facing a global icon in front of a roaring crowd, where every Pacquiao punch shifts the energy. Even if Barrios wins the round, one clean flurry can flip the arena. Barrios isn't naive. He knows it's high risk, high reward. Beat Pacquiao, and he elevates from champion to star. Hesitate, and Pacquiao will seize the moment, because timing is the one thing Manny never lost. Barrios faces not just the fighter before him, but the shadow behind him. The myth and history making this fight so dangerous. July 19th is more than a date. It's legacy versus momentum. Old school versus new wave. New wave.